Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In a slight change to Joe O'Farrell, who's billed, I'm stepping in and I'm hopefully going to be taking you through today's presentation. We're going to just use the presentation as a bit of a backdrop, and then if you've got any questions at the end of it, be happy to answer them. In summary, Union Jack is a low-risk company. We focus on late-stage appraisal and development. We've got a lot of activity in our portfolio that's going to be coming on stream, or rather is going to be generating news flow in the next 6 to 12 months, and hopefully they're going to be offering investors lots of opportunities for ratings revaluations. And as we've highlighted previously, we are positioned to deliver growth not only in reserves, but also in production and, of course, all important, value. In arriving at our portfolio, which we're going to take you through in a very high-level way, we apply very strict financial and technical discipline so that we make sure that we capture not only all the opportunity, but also all of the risks that go with some of these investment theses. Okay, so what are we? We are a conventional onshore UK oil and gas company with a balanced portfolio, or at least we believe we have a balanced portfolio. We have production and development and exploration interests across 13 licenses, and our principal assets are the often talked about West Newton, which is currently in testing suspension, and we'll come on to the reasons why in due course. Wrestle, which is subject to planning approval. You'll have seen that. We are expecting the planning approval, just as an aside, just to come on stream on the 5th of November. And just to remind you there that the council who have objected previously have withdrawn their defence for their position. And of course, we have Biscathorpe, which through the application of technology is yielding new information, and information that we are certainly going to be exploring going forwards. So if we come to our three main projects being West Newton, Wrestle and Biscathorpe. Some of you may have seen already that the extended well test, which was started earlier this year, was put into suspension. Now, some of you are well aware that the reason for this has been a difference between what we were expecting the test fluids to be and what they actually turned out to be, which for us, in this instance, is actually a significant positive because it's got a higher liquids content. We are expecting to recommence our testing program, in the fourth quarter, once we have reconfigured the test equipment and brought enough infrastructure on site for us to be able to handle without constraint the test fluids. The one thing that we would like to mention about West Newton is the fact that rather surprisingly for a lot of oil and gas companies, we found ourselves in and amongst an incredible amount of infrastructure and end markets that would take our gas and or liquids, should they be proven to be there, without any need for any substantial investment in infrastructure. Our Wrestle discovery, again, unfortunately, Wrestle has been really dominated by the fact that our project has been really delayed by the planning consent process here in the onshore UK, and that's really been the dominating news flow around this, which again, isn't fantastic. But the silver cloud on the horizon is that at the 5th of November planning meeting, the council have withdrawn their defence, and of course, Biscathorpe. Biscathorpe continues to yield new information and new data, which for us means that we can comfortably and confidently say that our target for this particular well has not been intersected. And with the application of the reinterpretation of seismic, allied with the physical data from the recent drilling, we feel that we're going to be in a confident position to be able to move forward and re-look at Biscathorpe in the near future. So again, coming back to West Newton, those of you that have been observers of the development of West Newton will know that the first well was drilled, that's the West Newton A1 well, was drilled and intersected a gas column, and the lower hydrocarbon facies was merely just scratched, and in testing with approximately 4 million cubic feet per day in the upper sections coming back at the operators, they decided to plug and abandon the well to save losing control of it. Hence the reason why the A2 well was instigated. It came in the project at the A2 well stage. We have got a 16.665% interest, and having started it earlier this year, we found that not only did we encounter the gas on prognosis, but considering where we had actually put our perforations, which was straddling the transition zone between where we know the gas was and a differing resistivity response, we actually found that we had a significant volume of liquids coming back at us that precipitated us shutting in the test so that we could look at what we actually needed to be able to reconfigure and ensure that the test, once it was back underway, was actually going to be safe. So if we look at just a brief picture of our well test site, nothing really to draw your attention to here, but it's a very clean site, and we pride ourselves on working well with our community to make sure that everybody feels comfortable with what we're planning and what we're doing. So, as I've highlighted, we've got a significant liquids component. We are expecting the test to recommence at the end of this year. And we are also doing some updated volumetrics based on the coring analysis that we have taken, the expanded suite of logging that we took while we were drilling. And of course, we're going to be looking to expand our program going forwards to ensure that we capture the most amount of data about the well that we possibly can. As you can see, the license area, unusually for the United Kingdom, it's actually quite a large license area. And we have already identified a number of interesting anomalies on seismic that we feel are either potentially in communication, depending on the results of the revised testing, or are separate areas that we need to test. Again, we'll be more than happy to go into these in greater detail. And as I say, what we're blessed with at West Newton is a plethora of offtake opportunities. We have got, not only do we have power stations and oil refineries that will be able to take either the raw gas or the raw liquids, but we also have nearby infrastructure that will allow us to pipe our gas, if it's economic, into existing gas plants, Dimlington, etc., so that we can actually then put it into the national grid quite quickly. I'm going to leave with a minute left. I'm not going to go through the rest of the presentation in any great detail, simply because we want to make sure that we leave people with enough time and enough information on our flagship program at the moment, which is, of course, West Newton. And I think really to draw these things together, we've identified two large onshore hydrocarbon discoveries within a basin that is a known producer and extends all the way to Poland. This is the Permian Southern Gas Basin in Europe, extends all the way to Poland. And what we're really beginning to see and understand is how much bigger this asset could potentially be over and above our pre-drill estimates of 183 BCF. Now that's the contingent resource, the 2C contingent resource value. And of course, we've also got significant upside value to be captured from additional prospectivity within the license. And I think for us, we have production coming on stream from Wressel. We have a near-term opportunity in West Newton, which is appraisal. And then we have a further appraisal opportunity in Biscathorpe. So we feel that we're rather well positioned for the future. And that hopefully is on time. There we go. Thank you.